Hi guys! Today I want to share some content that I've enjoyed over the past month. So things to read or watch or listen to actually, it's all sorts. But first of all, I will start with something that is an unfavorite thing, and that is Brexit. It did make me very sad that Britain is leaving the EU, but I want to recommend one thing that came out of it, and that is a video made by Lena from Just Kiss My Frog. She wrote this poem about this whole situation, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I found it very sad and hilarious at the same time. It's definitely one of the best YouTube videos I've seen in ages. So I'll link that in the description and I recommend watching it, definitely. But now let's go to some theatre favorites. I've got two plays to talk about. The first one is Blue Orange by Joe Penhall. I've actually seen a production of that at the end of May at the Young Vic in London, so I will link a video where I talk about the play a little bit more. I just wanted to tell you that I've had a look at the actual play text and I still think it's genius. And the other one is a play that I've only read. It's called Another World: Losing Our Children to Islamic State. It's written by a lady whose name I can't really pronounce, as usual. She's called Gillian Slovo, I guess. But it's a verbatim play, which means that it's basically based on a lot of research and interviews, and it quotes real people verbatim. Verbatim plays usually are mainly in monologues, which is the case with this one as well. So it's something that is very easy to read. I'm sure it would be better to see it on stage, but still, when you're just reading it, you're not missing that much, if you know what I mean. It is a really recent play. It was written only a few months ago for British National Theatre, where it ran in the temporary theatre, but only for a limited amount of time, and sadly I didn't get to see it, but luckily they do publish all of their plays. The play is dealing with the topic of the Islamic State, radical Islamism, terrorist attacks. But what's incredible about it, it deals with these heavy topics from a very personal point of view of these different people. So you see the perspective of somebody who's actually a part of these organizations, also some scholars that talk about the history of Islam and put everything in context. But also there's a group of mothers whose children went to join the Islamic State and they struggle to understand it. So it brings a lot of humanity as well as the politics, which is always something that gets me interested in these important events. I'm not really someone who watches the news just like that, but I love to explore these wider issues from somebody's point of view, from actually seeing how it influences someone's quality of life. And this play does just that. So if you're someone who's perhaps slightly interested, but you feel like you don't really understand this whole Syria thing, I feel like this is something that could help you learn more, open up the topic for you, make you even more interested, and just show you multiple perspectives, really. That's what's great about plays, isn't it? On another note, I've also extremely enjoyed a podcast called Serial, and I know I'm so late to this party. I'm pretty sure the first series came out more than a year ago. It was created by Sarah Koenig, who's an American journalist, I believe. And in this first series that I've listened to, she is investigating a murder that happened about 15 years ago. Basically, she had this suspicion that the murderer could have been wrongly convicted. So she's going over this whole case. And I was so hooked. It's 12 episodes, I think. They're all online for free, so I'll link that down below. And I listened to it in like 3 days. And I was quite scared in the evenings. It's interesting how something that's based mostly on these old documents was still making me so uneasy. Well, the case was really not a very pleasant thing. If you haven't heard it, I definitely urge you to check it out. And lastly, I will mention a film. It made me happy, so I want to mention it. And that's Finding Dory. It's obviously a children's film, so it was just kind of sweet. But there were also a lot of little jokes and things that could be appreciated by adults. And, well, I'll tell you why I liked it. I am totally biased because it's obviously dubbed in the cinemas over the world. And I personally know the actress who was the voice of Dory in my country. And I love her, she's amazing. I've been a fan of her for years. So I was just like cheering on, and I think she did a really good job. So there's this useless piece of information for you. I just thought that I might also mention something else than politics and murders. I hope you're well, and let me know if you've read or watched anything amazing. Bye!